Yes, I'm gonna do that, but yeah, look at that, look at the wall, it just disintegrates in the absolute power that this guy is holding right here. Okay, so let's attack his armor. There's the first of his armor.
Great job, Avil.
Hello Reformers and welcome to Extinction. Extinction is basically if you took Attack on Titan and replaced the giant naked men with huge ogres and sort of added a slightly fantasy aesthetic to it. Now we do have a full campaign here that is fully voiced and it's actually a pretty cool story. Otherwise we have game modes here. I'm just going to take a quick look at the game modes just so you can see what there is available. Daily Challenge, Extinction and Skirmish. I think there is actually a... I think it's like a map editor that you can challenge your friends with or challenge other people around the world with. So yeah, don't quote me on that just yet, but we're going to be taking a look at the campaign today and we're going to head in there. If you'd like to check out this game, as you can see, I haven't actually unlocked any other chapters just yet because I've just played through the first two, but there are multiple missions in every single chapter. But yes, as I was going to say, if you'd like to take a look at this game, there is a link in the description. So let us begin. As the Ravenii invasion engulfs the world, the kingdom of Dolorum is all that remains. Avil and Xandra arrive in Dolorum in search of King Yarrow in hopes of gaining his allegiance. Enemy at the gates. Let's do it. Alright, so we have a primary objective and then we just have bonus medals. I've gotten all of these before, but it would be kind of cool for you to see the actual story, so that's the reason why I'm starting at the beginning level. We're going to explore a little bit of the skills and abilities that you can unlock a little bit later on when we've gained a little bit more skill points.
As children, we were told that our world once had heroes. Fairy tales to inspire hope in a world with none. As far back as anyone could remember, mankind had been at war with itself. Orphaned, like so many, I survived by the sword and my wits. Neither of which kept me from being sent to a labor camp. It would have been a death sentence had I not made a friend. Avil kept me safe, and I kept him sane. And together, we would change the course of history. Avil, did you make it to Dolorum?
Yes. I've almost reached the village of Tablis. You were right, Xandra. This place is completely untouched by the invasion.
Have you made contact with the Royal Army?
No. And I'm not exactly getting a warm reception from the locals.
I'm sure they can be seduced by your charms. I was joking, sort of. They may, however, find you more appealing than the jackals about to descend on Tablis.
In moments like this, I actually find myself missing your company, Xandra. How long do I have before the jackals arrive?
Not long. If you don't act quickly, the villagers will be slaughtered. I've teleported escape crystals onto the battlefield. You need only use one of the runestones I gave you to activate them. I'll leave you to it.
Someone help!
The jackals are hunting down civilians. Use your basic attacks to slay them before they slaughter the villagers. Great work. Now charge the crystal to activate the portal and rescue the civilian.
I don't understand what's happening. What are those things? Who are you?
My name is Avil, the last of the Sentinels. I am here to ready your people for war.
I don't know anything about fighting monsters.
There is something you can do for your people. Something that will save thousands of lives.
Tell me what to do, and I'll do it.
Take this gemstone and personally see that your king receives it. And when he does, tell him to speak my name into the stone.
The enemy has started killing civilians! Avil, you must act quickly!
Thank you! Gods protect you!
The citizens of Dolorum are lucky to have you, Avil. If you're ever lost, you can review your objectives at any time. Some people have climbed onto their rooftops to hide from those monsters. Too bad I'm not much of a climber myself.
If I jump onto the side of the building, I can climb up the wall to reach the top.
Alright, so basically this is obviously just the tutorial, and it's just teaching you some of the basic gameplay mechanics, and it's giving you a bit of an idea as to what the story is. Now, of course, we're just going to try and rescue everyone that we can, and we're going to try and complete the mission in under 5 minutes, because that is, of course, one of the medals that we're going to be getting, and that should give us a little bit of extra money as well, or should we say a little bit of extra skill points. My kill strike is now ready, but I'm not entirely sure whether we're going to be using that in this mission. We'll see.
Another refugee is safe, thanks to you.
Now, we do have also a grappling hook at our disposal, so we're able to use that to grapple onto nearby areas, and unfortunately I'm not particularly good at using it. There we go, there it is. Not particularly good at using it at the moment, so yeah, I'm still kind of getting used to it, but it's alright because in the grand scheme of things, you can kind of jump onto tree canopies and things, and that will enable you to bounce along the treetops, and that actually is a pretty good way to travel.
Portals are opening as you said they would. I was able to send many of the townspeople to safety.
It isn't enough.
I know. I sent your speaking stone off to the king. We'll see if he, in his royal wisdom, sees fit to make an alliance, or if he is as foolish as those who fell before him.
I know how you feel, but we're out of options. We will need to coordinate with the royal forces to fight the coming hordes, and we're going to need them soon.
The jackals I killed, they were scouts.
Yes, I hope you're ready, because the Ravenii will be attacking soon.
Alright, so there we have it. Our mission has been a success. We were able to complete every single objective, including the optional ones, and we're now going to continue on to the next one. Alright, a Ravenii has been spotted approaching the city of Petrol. Avil must defend the outskirts of Petrol while he awaits the king's response. And our primary objective is to execute the Ravenii. Now, we have only scarcely seen one of those so far. We've only been fighting jackals, the smaller variants, the grunt soldiers, if you will, of the enemy. And, well, this guy is very big. And that's exactly why I made the Attack on Titan reference in the beginning of the video, because they are huge. They are absolute giants. Anyway, I think this might actually be a good idea and a good time to take a look at our skills. Now, right now, I have a little bit of extra base health. I actually have 30% right now. This will increase it by 40%, so if we don't want to get absolutely murdered instantly, then that would probably be a good idea to purchase, but I already have a couple of those levels at the moment. You can rescue civilians faster, you can bounce 10% higher off canopies and trees, increases base vault jump height by 20%, and then some of the more interesting skills, for example this, increases base radar range by 30%. Personally, I feel like that's a really good skill because that allows you to see where the civilians and indeed rescue crystals are, so you're able to basically charge up your killing strike a lot faster. And yeah, you'll see what the Killing Strike actually does in this next mission that we're about to enter. So otherwise, press any button to recover from attacks while in the air. In order to become a Sentinel, one must have the resilience and determination to overcome even the most devastating attacks. Rune energy never drops below 20%. That might be pretty good. Increases base slowdown while aiming rune strikes by 40%. I am actually probably going to take that. Reduces gravity while aiming rune strikes as well. And attacks deal 10% more damage when rune energy is full. So for now, I'm just going to be taking this. Rune slowdown. And we're probably going to be taking that as well. There we go. That's going to help us out a huge deal. You'll see why in just a second.
Has King Fyhrr made contact yet?
So far, nothing but silence.
Avil, we will need alliances to win this war. The most expedient way to convince the king of our intent is to continue fighting for his people and defending his cities. And when you do speak with the king, may I suggest employing a morsel of diplomacy?
I will think on it, Sandra. Now, tell me of our enemy. What is their location? Last we spoke, they were on course for Petrol.
You've arrived just in time. The Horde has almost reached the city limits. Now go, and show the people of Petrol how a Ravenii dies.
Yeah, here we go. So first off, we're just going to defend a couple of these civilians from the obvious slaughter that is going on here by these grunt soldiers, as we are going to need the rune energy anyway, and we do have an optional objective to kill some jackals. So let's just rescue them. That's exactly the reason why they have an upgrade that also increases the rescue speed, because, you know, you're not really wanting to stand there forever, are you? So it's probably a good idea to level that up a little bit. Probably going to get a little more levels in that myself as time goes on. And we are, of course, having civilians die here, but that is to be expected.
I am a spice trader, the richest in all of Dolorum. Anything you want, my friend, I will make it yours.
I need you to simply send a message to your king. I gave him the means to contact me directly. Have him do so immediately.
And there we go, we're sending off that fellow to, well, remind the king that he should probably talk to us. Alright, so we've done that. By the way, the environments that you see before you right here, every single thing, even the stuff that you can climb, is completely destructible. So if the Ravenii gets over here, yeah, he's gonna make quick work of it. He certainly is. So let's just rescue this fellow, and then we can move on.
We use the watchtowers to keep an eye out for threats. From the top, you can see far beyond the outskirts of Petrol.
I bet climbing the watchtowers would give me a better vantage point.
Ah, well, that's interesting. I don't actually know which tower they're talking about, but... ah, that one. Oh, there it is. Okay, so let's bounce and hopefully get over there. There we are. So let me just try and see if I can climb this, and this is going to give me a better vantage point to look at what? Well, it's going to enable me to... ah, there we go. There's actually a bunch of civilians. You can glide as well, by the way, through the air if you need a little bit of extra distance from your jump.
These refugees are lucky you showed up in time.
And now I do have my kill strike ready.
Efforts, I would be dead.
This is only the beginning. If any of us are going to survive what's coming, I need your king to work with me.
I have a contact on the court. I will send urgent word.
Oh, thank you very much. That's going to help us out. Alright, so let's see what's going to happen now. I mean, I'm going to need to continue rescuing civilians, of course.
Look who's early. Avil, get after that Ravenii before he starts destroying the town.
Well, I'm gonna try and do that, Xandra. Just give me a quick second.
An attack is incoming.
You can, of course, dodge abilities and attacks that the enemies launch, but I'm not very good at dodging at the moment, so yes, I'm gonna have to get a bit more used to that. So let's use our grappling hook to get over here a little bit quicker. And you can see here, if I just watch the Ravenii from here, you can see what he's about to do to that wall. And I gotta say that the destructible effects actually look really, really cool. They've got some really cool style to them.
Avil, you remember how this works? Hold your rune strike and aim at the Ravenii's armor and limbs. Release rune strike to attack.
Yes, I'm gonna do that, but yeah, look at that. Look at the wall. It just disintegrates in the absolute power that this guy is holding right here. Okay, so let's attack his armor. There's the first of his armor.
Great job, Avil. Removing a Ravenii's armor and severing its limbs also charges your rune energy. Once you have enough, you will be able to execute the Ravenii. Now aim your rune strike just below the Ravenii's knee to sever its leg.
And there we have it. We have technically dismembered both of his legs, but do bear in mind that he's actually going to regenerate them. He is going to regenerate them, so if we want him to take a little bit longer, we could also take his arms off as well. So yeah, let's now climb up his back and see if we can take him out.
Now, Avil, execute the Ravenii. Great work, Avil. That's one less Ravenii we have to kill.
It's a drop in the ocean. If we don't begin coordinating our efforts with the Royal Army, we will soon be overrun by their numbers.
When word of your bravery reaches the king, he will be compelled to trust you.
And while we wait for the fool king to gather his courage, the Ravenii marshal their forces.
You are more right than you know. Another horde is approaching, and this one is better armed.
The next town will not be as fortunate as the last.
And there we have it, another success for us, and do bear in mind that as you progress in the game, you are going to be seeing more armored big guys, and that is gonna mean very, very big complications. You're gonna need to take off their armor, you're going to need to destroy locks that they have used to reinforce their armor. So it's not gonna be as easy as just one hit and done. It's gonna be, yeah, pretty difficult. And do bear in mind that these Ravenii, these huge ogre-like enemies, they can kill you in one hit or in 2 hits at the best thing. So yeah, let's try and make sure that that does not happen this time around. So I'm gonna actually advance this and get us a little bit extra speed when rescuing civilians. And yeah, there's also a whole bunch of different combos that you can do here. So you have basic combat, advanced combat, and expert combat, and you can unlock those. I actually unlocked this with 5,000 skill points, but you have both of these unlocked immediately upon starting up the game. I'm currently playing on a PC, by the way. I'm not playing on an Xbox or anything, although I am using an Xbox 360 controller. So let us try and execute the iron-armored Ravenii this time.
Avil, you've arrived just in time. The first of the Ravenii are already approaching the town.
I see you finished deploying the escape crystals as well. I'll slay this monster and save as many as I can.
Avil, that Ravenii seems to be wearing some kind of heavy armor. Are you sure you can handle it?
You worry about getting your crystals to the surrounding town, Sandra. I'll worry about the Ravenii.
Alright, so this is going to be a little bit more difficult than we're used to, because obviously he has very, very heavy armor. And yeah, by the way, this tutorial, it's not necessarily correct in one aspect, because what you can do is you can technically go up to this guy and try and eliminate... Ah, okay, never mind. Do you think I can actually do that? Yeah, no, I can do that. I can destroy the armor, even without killing strike ready. So technically, I can build rune energy by literally destroying his armor and destroying the various locks that he has on said armor. And that, obviously, is going to make a big difference to our rune energy at the moment. If only I could do that. He is going to very quickly squish me, though, if he can. He's gonna do that. So let me see if I can deal with his arm here. There we go. That's going to make things a whole lot safer with me dealing with this lock. But yeah, this is a pretty good way of reducing the amount of damage that a particular town will take, because obviously then you're going to be able to just focus on what you need to do, which is obviously to kill the Ravenii. But if you want to do the optional objectives, then your town that you're trying to defend is going to be, well, it's going to be pretty quick for them to destroy a lot of it. So if you want to be careful with that, then obviously that is up to you. That is your choice. Let's see if I can cut this one off. There we go. Alright, so I almost have it ready.
Severing a Ravenii's limb will only hinder them momentarily. After a short time, the Ravenii will regenerate its severed limbs. Good work! Now go behead a Ravenii.
Well, that's what I'm gonna try to do, thank you very much, but here's the thing. Okay, so this helmet has a lock on the front. I'm gonna have to get on the lock like this. Oh dear, that's not working. Okay, what about this? I've always had difficulties with the helmet locks. Ah, really? Okay, yeah, he's going to be very happy to see me in just a second. So let me just make sure he stays down. There is an optional objective, by the way, on this particular mission to kill this guy without actually taking his legs off first. So you can imagine how difficult that is. I have actually done that once before, but yeah, I decided in this probably not the best idea at the moment.
That one.
Yes, I might have deserved that one, Sandra. Thank you very much. Yes, that is exactly what I mean. You can be killed extremely quickly by these Ravenii. So I'm going to try and get back there as soon as possible so that I can actually start helping the town once again, because this guy's going to come through this wall in a matter of, well, probably seconds. Okay, so what I can also do is, if I want to, I can just do this. I can just do grapple, and then I can get onto his back like that. But then, of course, you are going to have him basically attacking and trying to kill things, and that's not great. So let's see if I can... There's one. There's the helmet. There's the helmet gone. Okay, that's Ow. That is... yes, that's exactly what's going to happen. Alright, so let me try and get through his legs here. He's going to try and stomp on me as well, by the way. They do that. They are pretty adaptive when it comes to, you know, watching out for where you are, and they will try to swat you off their back as well. But there it is. That was the main objective, very, very quickly done. And yeah, we did actually prevent quite a lot of damage to the city as well.
This time, Sandra. But what of the next? And the next? Without the King's aid, we're relegated to a single battlefield, while the Ravenii push forward on multiple fronts.
You're right, Avil. Which is why we must convince him to join us. This war will not be won by swords alone.
Alright, trouble arrives in the city of Multnomah, just as word from King Yarrow finally arrives. Avil must defend Multnomah against the invading Ravenii forces to gain the king's confidence. And we're probably going to do that in the next episode. Let me know if you want to see more of this. There is a link in the description to the game's store page. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.